2 more items about ADHD. I knew that someday I'd be talking to somebody about this, so I had to do a pilot program. You just can't spout off about things. So we had 25 kids that we did this pilot program with. So first, because clinically I practice as a chiropractor, we x-rayed every one of them. Normal neck is C-shape, 45-degree curve. Those kids' curves were 10 degrees, average curve. That means at birth, they had a traumatic birth or they were subluxated. In chiropractic, that's when a bone puts pressure on a nerve. Information goes down the spinal cord. If your spine is out of alignment, it can impair function. So as chiropractors, we know that we're nervous system doctors. We're not neck and back doctors. We're nervous system doctors. Gravity never takes a vacation. So we're constantly compressed down. The other one we found quite fascinating was a lot of these children had parasite infestation in their body. You can test that with a blood test called the CBC with a differential. They ground their teeth at night. Now, I'm not saying all kids that have parasites have ADHD, but this is just one of the many things. We could have kids that come in and say, Dr. Bob, I hear you're really good at ADHD. Can you help me? And everything else has failed. And then when I start asking them the next layer of questions, so, we get to the cause of the problem. We see people from all over the world because we ask the right questions. If you grind your teeth at night, 2 o'clock in the morning you wake up. If you eat sushi or pork or play in those little playgrounds that have them little balls on them, those are not wise. If you eat wild game, deer, squirrel, rabbit, and if you have a cat. I love people who have cats because they're very creative, passionate human beings. I love them dearly. But people who have cats, statistically from my experience, once again, I've been doing this since 1978, so I'm saying this in love, tend to have parasites. Grind their teeth at night. So, Dr. Bob, what do parasites have to do with ADHD? Parasites eat first, and then they do something ungodly in you. They poop in you. Those toxics affect your nervous system. Anytime you have somebody who comes in the office, and I'm saying this also in love and joy, that are really unusual human beings, characters. I like to call them, they're a little whacked. And I start asking them all these questions, grinding your teeth at night and waking up at 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning is usually a body signal that they could have parasites. Now, a couple other things with kids with ADHD. Do they have white spots on their nails? Body signal for lack of zinc. Do they cry easy? They need B vitamins. Do they chew their nails? Mineral need. Do they chew their boogers? Mineral need. Do they have mottled teeth? Blotchy. Fluoride toxicity. You could do an assessment with the mineral tissue analysis. So we live in a very toxic environment today. We're exposed. A lot of these kids have a lot of distress. Half the families in America today, single moms, raising kids, financial distress. There's a lot of these kids that their only meals come from the National School Lunch Program. I've talked to people where kids will go to school on a Friday, their last meal is at noon, and they're at the gate to get into school on Monday because they haven't eaten since Friday. If you're a mom in your school system right now, what I'm going to encourage you to do, go to the internet, type in your school system, see what they're feeding your kids. 31 million kids eat at the National School Lunch Program. So let's give everybody some takeaways. You want to make sure that there's an adequate source of oil. I promote at least 1 tablespoon of flax oil per 100 pounds. If they cry easy, they need minerals. If they cry easy, they need B vitamins. If they chew their nails, they need minerals. Does bright light bother their eyes? Bright light bothering their eyes, and if these kids, they come in and they might be wearing sunglasses, or their parents are wearing sunglasses, bright light bothering someone tells me they have adrenal gland stress. It's a sign that they need minerals. Do a diet sheet. How much dairy are you consuming? Yogurt, cottage cheese, ice cream. And this is a BTW, by the way. We don't promote yogurt. Woo-hoo, that's really dabbling. Yogurt has more sugar in it than ice cream. I just saw one container of yogurt, 12 grams of sugar. That's more than in a soda pop. And you might say, well, Dr. Bob, where does my child get calcium from? Almonds, sesame seeds, greens. Oh, my kids don't like greens. Well, here's a whole situation that we're learning with greens. Their tongues are being tricked by all the food additives. So you're going to want your kids to prepare these greens with you. Use some Celtic sea salt. Adding minerals to the greens definitely will help. Their bodies are starving for minerals. Look to see what kind of preservatives, what kind of food additives. All of that is a part of it. But moms, dads, don't give up. Get Dr. Bob's Guide to Stop ADHD in 18 days. It'll help you walk through this. You don't want them on Ritalin. You don't want them on Adderall. Those have a lot of bad effects. Now, I get beat up a lot on the internet, especially on Amazon, with people who have written books that have been paid for by the pharmaceutical industry because they don't think diet has anything to do with it. Hello, you are what you eat. Let food be your medicine and medicine be your food. An old Greek guy said that. His name is Hippocrates.